Hello, today is January 22nd, 2016. We are still in New Year resolution spirit. So I want to talk about some very important health issues, sudden death and inflammation. Recently, I talked to a group of Chinese doctors. We talk about more and more younger people have sudden death between the age of 20 and 40 years old. And they said even the doctors in China, they have this sudden death. And I keep thinking why this happens to the young doctors. And I was thinking about 40 years ago when I first started medical school. And I hardly hear any young people have sudden death. And nowadays, the living standard is improved. We have more money. We eat more food, not necessarily nutrients. And we have more living space. But the younger generation just don't have the good health as the older generation. And the sad story I got from this group of doctors whom work the same hospital as when I did 26 years ago. They told me one of the doctors who used to work in the same department as I did and was attending when I was doing my resident suddenly died of heart attack 2 years ago. She was a very, very nice person, willing to help people all the time. She was eating pretty healthy. And 4 years ago, I went back to China and talked to her and had dinner with her in a restaurant. And I asked her why she has such a beautiful skin at early 50s. And she said she eats a lot of vegetables and fruit. And her face looked pinkish and she looks pretty healthy for me. But I always noticed that she always has a very, very hoarse voice. And it seems that her vocal cord is always kind of swollen. So, and I was thinking back for the 26, 27 years when I was in early 20s. I talked to her, we chat when we was on night shift, and that's always the situation. And the past couple of nights, I just keep thinking why she died suddenly and what's the problem. And my guess, there might be some chronic inflammation somewhere. I know it's in her vocal cord because she always has this hoarse voice and the vocal cord is always kind of swollen. But at the meantime, I think she might have some inflamed blood vessel, especially in the coronary artery. Because we don't see those inflammation. So the inflammation was accumulating there. And my guess, she probably eats some spicy food because she came from a southern part of China. And I don't remember which part, but I know most people from southern part of China, they love spicy food. And in the older generation, because they don't have so much meat or other high-calorie food, they rely on spicy food to produce energy and heat. But they don't necessarily eat too much. But now, with all the stress, the energy blockage, and the dry weather, and also we have heating system in Boston, the spicy food just produce too much heat. And that heat caused inflammation in your blood vessel and the nerves. That's why so many people they don't have high cholesterol, they don't eat sweets, but they still have inflammation. So let's talk about how we can get rid of the chronic inflammation, because our body has tremendous capability to repair your blood vessels. So we always go through generation, regeneration, degeneration. But if you don't eat the right food or your digestion is not good, then the regeneration will be slowed down. You slowly destroyed your blood vessels network. And you cannot replace your network. You can replace your heart, your kidney, but your blood vessel, you can do the quadruple bypass, but it's only that small part of the blood vessel. And all the other network, you have to repair that with a good digestion, good nutrients, and a balanced food. It does not take too long to make all the inflammation in your blood vessel network. Before you realize that, your blood vessel, the lining inside are inflamed, become bumpy, and then the blood clots gradually formed. And one day, you challenge your body with the cold, intense exercises, those clots dislodged, or the cold triggered the blood vessel spasm, then you cut off the circulation and oxygen to your heart, to the vital area in your brain. That's how sudden death happens. So let me give you the New Year advices. First, cut down or cut out sweets, not your food. Second, reduce the spicy food. Third, cut down your salt, because research indicates too much salt will cause spasm of your blood vessel. Thinking about the small blood vessel in your hand and the feet constantly constricting, your joint will not have sufficient blood flow. You're going to have arthritis. Even you can reach 90 years old with a severe arthritis, you're not going to be able to walk around. So let's clear up the chronic inflammation in the new year.